All right, hey, what's going on, missioners? Akum here. All right, so there's a as this being my south and north node homes, or houses, there's a
Simply Safe on.
there's a balance of I feel and I use, meaning Capricorn and Cancer. When you're, like, for instance, I've heard in the spiritual world, like, they miss out on the business of shit. Like, one thing I hate about spiritual people is that they're either trying to bamboozle you. Well, not all of them, but they're either forgetting that they're just because you have access to higher knowledge doesn't mean you should not operate in the physical. What that means is, and I'm learning that from being a very bland person, but also, but also learning, for meaning like having more fun. But for me, I've learned that so many people forget the business of spirituality. Like, don't compromise not making money or being spiritual for being spiritual. Like, there's disciplines to this shit. Like, Capricorn rules, like, business. I would say business per se, and you don't want to get into the higher, like in Cancer in Vedic astrology, mean divine knowledge. So you don't want to be so in divine knowledge that you're not planted and grounded in the earth. Like, you don't know how your bills is gonna get paid. Like, I get like how you can be all up in the fifth dimension and all up in the universe and declare that all my bills and all my needs, all my wants is being taken care of. Because like my friend, like my associate just told me, unto you believe all that you believe. So some people say, "Oh, I don't have to work to make money," and those are the people who like are the brokest people. You know what I'm saying? I've observed that the people who say I don't have to work hard, I don't have to drill in the 30, 40 hours into my business, those are the brokest people. So don't be in the Cancer I feel without using what's in concrete in front of you, your hands, to make you money. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget to be like, oh, I'm going to use what's right in front of me to do what I got to do to make some money. You know? There's so many people I need to be in the fifth dimension, in the sixth dimension, in the fourth dimension, and all this other bullshit, but they're not about their bread. They waiting for the government to take care of them, and they just want to make ends meet. Like, no, cut that shit out. Like, no, be about your bag, but also help others be about their bag. You feel what I'm saying? And when you're about the Cancer I feel, don't be so caught up in your feelings. And as I talk to you, I'm talking to myself. That this is one of my major issues. Like, sometimes I be so caught up in my feelings that I even heard something on a course that said your emotions, how you feel, is in direct proportion of how much money you make, which is very, very true, right? So if you're always feeling this negative pull towards working and making money, you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're not surviving because you want to be super spiritual and say the universe is going to take care of me. I believe that the God universe works through you. So get you some mentors on how to save your money and how to flip and how to make your bread, so you don't have to starve while being spiritual, while building a spiritual practice. Now, of course, that's also a belief that you have to start while being in a spiritual practice. But again, the practical nature of Capricorn, where it's like, okay, it's not even about getting a job, but if you're not going hard body on trying to figure out how you're gonna make it, how you're gonna make income with your career, like putting out content or whatever. If you're not going hard fucking body about building your own shit, like, I get the understanding of the universe is gonna take care of you, but I think people take that too. I'm learning people take that way too far. That the universe is gonna take care of you. I believe the universe takes care of you as well as you take. That's how I see that. I see the universe. God takes care of you as well as you take care of yourself. If you're doing if you're going to the max to take care of yourself, the universe will fill in the pieces that's not working. But if you're not pushing and doing whatever it takes to do what you need to do on your part, the universe is gonna be like, nigga, what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But hold on. If somebody, but anyway, yeah, you can't just be like, oh, I only do it when I feel like. I learned if you're only doing that's so deep. If you're only doing income producing activity when you feel like it, you're gonna starve, man. And that's Capricorn. Like, if you only do Capricorn building your career when you feel like it, Cancer, you're gonna starve. And that's what I realized. I finally clicked for me now. The reason why I haven't not where I want to be, because I only produced when I was inspired. And I'm saying that puts such a cap on your income. Like, I get it. Being inspired is important. But there are gonna be so many days. I've learned, like, going to the gym, like, there's so many days where you're not inspired. There's so many days where you're not in the mood. But you get up and go anyway. You know? There's so many days that the universe, you don't wanna go. You know what I'm saying? But you do it the fuck anyway. You know? So, and those two go hand in hand. You don't get the home unless you build your career. You know what I'm saying? So, because Cancer, I think they're both cardinal signs. Last time I checked, you're gonna have to initiate some shit. You feel what I'm saying? So if you're always doing this shit about, oh, I only do stuff when I feel like it, or when I can, or when it feels right, when I'm divinely inspired, there has to be a balance to that. Because your feelings can lie to you. Your feelings can be a huge deception, especially if you don't know where they come from. You know, especially if your feelings are, and I'm understanding this, especially if you don't have a proper emotional EQ, meaning emotional intelligence. If you don't know your feelings are going against your goals, and it's okay to sit in that every once in a while, but if that shit is daily, yo, you never gonna make it, bro. So you really gotta balance. I feel and I utilize, because there's gonna be a lot of days where you don't feel like it. A lot. There's gonna be a lot of days where you don't want to do what you got to do, but you got to, especially if you're an entrepreneur, but you got to do that shit anyway. So this is part one of Cancer and Capricorn axis. You got to balance out that feeling shit, because that probably where I'm learning that getting in divine state, I get it, but there has to be a level of discipline that keeps you safe. Because if you don't have the structure and the disciplines in place, your feelings will fuck you up. Your feelings will fuck you up. Talking about, I don't even feel this, I don't feel like it today, and all this other stuff. I mean, that's great. But there's somebody with feeling or divine inspiration and work ethic and discipline who's getting farther than you. Peace.